Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a review on my Eizo custom pro fight gloves. So check it out. Hey guys, Carlo here. Today I'm doing a review on my custom pair of Eizo pro fight gloves. These are actually a replica of their official pro fight gloves, which you could custom order on Eizo's website. I decided to get mine in white and blue and wanted to add the US Air Force logos, no trademark or copyright infringement intended with this. I decided I wanted to add this to the gloves to commemorate my time when I served in the military under active duty. So I want to give a big shout out to the team at Eizo for putting that together and bringing it to life with these gloves. I think they turned out amazing. I did decide to go with a 10-ounce glove because I'm just using this for training. I'm not a pro, so I would never use this in a sanctioned bout. They are lace up because they are a fight glove. I would imagine you can also get this at 8 ounces. And in terms of colorways, I mean, the choices are really endless. It's a completely custom glove. So you basically tell them your idea on what you want, and I'm sure they can put that together for you. The glove is made of full genuine leather throughout the entire glove. And this particular model utilizes a layered foam padding that is medium to soft in density. The gloves are made in Pakistan and are designed in Italy, which is right here on the inside tag. From a sizing profile standpoint, this to me is more of a compact fight glove, which I love personally. I love compact gloves. So if you're somebody that wants a more compact style fight glove, then this would be probably the choice for you. The profile of the glove does remind me a bit of like the Mexican pro fight gloves from like No Boxing, No Life, Grant, and the other gloves that come out of Mexico, at least from the pro fight standpoint. So you can see the shape kind of resembles that with the very parallel thumb that sticks straight up, the finger compartment, and just the overall shape of the glove resembles that. The leather on here has a nice wrinkly texture to it. I'd say it has a satin finish. You do have the Eizo logo on the back with the Air Force logo as well that I put down there, again, just to commemorate my time in active duty. You do have a flat wrist support on the back that's also leather in blue. It does say Eizo, always be proud. That is kind of a, I don't know if that's rubber. I think that's also, yeah, that looks like a synthetic material, probably a piece like a polyurethane patch. But it does have, I wouldn't necessarily say sharp edges, but it does have an edge to it. So if you were to use these, obviously you wouldn't use these for sparring, but if you were going to use these in a pro fight, then you would probably tape that over, or they would probably remove that patch completely. The back of the wrist support, I'd say, is about maybe a ½ an inch of medium density padding. You also have a polyester satin liner on the inside. Rotating to the palm side, you have, again, about maybe a ¼ inch of medium density padding on both sides on the palm side. It does say 10-ounce leather. You do have long laces as well that are flat with plastic tips at the end, but long enough to get full rotation around the wrist to really lock it in. You have blue piping on the inside as well as on the bottom portion of the thumb. The logo right here from the Air Force on the thumb, that's in blue. Grip bar in here is nice and firm, also large, with ventilated holes above and below the grip bar, as well as on the inner portion of the thumb. It does say Eizo right here on the finger compartment, and you do have an attached thumb there as well. So overall, a really good looking glove. It says 10-ounce leather as well. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Now with Eizo, what really spurred me to really get these gloves in the first place was the experience I had with the Eizo Supreme gloves, which actually made my top 10 list of boxing gloves. And when I first got those Supremes from Eizo, the reason I got those is because one of the big prospects in boxing right now that I'm a big fan of, Kermel Moton, there was a few videos on social media and that I saw him using the Eizo gloves. So that's what kind of initially got me interested in the Eizo brand, because I really never heard of them before. And when I saw Kermel wearing them and I saw a couple other pros wearing those gloves, that's what really wanted me to try them out. So I ended up buying those Eizo Supremes. Again, it was kind of a brand that was a little under the radar, at least when it came to our segment of reviewing equipment. So I got the gloves, and to be honest with you, when I first got them, looking at the pictures on their website and whatnot, I thought they would be kind of like a very generic glove. Maybe wouldn't feel comfortable. I didn't really have high hopes for them, if that makes sense. But when I finally did get them, that completely changed the way I thought about the gloves. They're synthetic leather glove. They felt amazing. The padding on them is awesome. They just became one of my favorite gloves to use when I was training, and it really caught me off guard. So after that, it really changed my opinion. Not that I really had one to begin with before I even got the gloves, because I didn't know anything about them, but it made me think so highly of those particular gloves, and then Eizo as a brand as well. So that's what made me want to try out another one of their products, and I ended up going with these fight gloves, and I think they turned out looking awesome. But yeah, from a design standpoint, you can see these look great. Quality wise, the gloves are solid as well. I'd say the leather on here, you know, it's pretty standard from a Pakistan-made glove. I wouldn't say there's anything special about the leather in terms of what they use here. It's not like it's not Italian leather. It's nothing crazy like that, but it's good quality. You know, it does feel thick to the touch. The stitching on here is pretty clean as well. So if you look at all of the stitching throughout the entire glove, you know, on the palm side where the grip bar is, the holes are all poked out nicely. Where the index finger meets the inner part of the thumb, you can see the stitching is done really clean. The grip, not the grip bar, the attached thumb looks good as well. The foam has held up nicely so far. They're white gloves, so they're going to continue to get dirty, and I'm going to continue to clean them. Logo hasn't peeled off. The logo has stayed true. The back of the wrist support, everything looks good right there. Stitching looks good. Outside edge right here looks good on the glove. The glove is very well balanced. Again, I like to grab the back and just see if the glove sags as well as the front. So distribution of weight is good. And when I put the gloves on the scale, they came in, I believe, at 9.6 and 9.8 ounces. So pretty much on point with weight. I know I mentioned this in other fight glove videos. I know that the sanctioning bodies for pro fights, I'm sure there's a discrepancy or a range they allow the glove weight to be off by a little bit, whether it's an 8 or a 10 ounce glove for a pro fight. So 9.6, 9.8 is pretty much on point with weight, but overall very satisfied. Even the inside liner is nice and smooth and comfortable. So in terms of quality, a very solid glove. You see it looks good. I guess one thing I wouldn't necessarily call it a knock on the glove, but my logo here on the thumb, you can see it's done in white. It looks a little bit translucent. It would have been nice if this white was a little bit more of a solid color. And I don't foresee myself using these gloves a ton just because I want to kind of preserve the look of them. But with me, as much as I sweat when I train, I could definitely see like this logo rubbing off if I don't take care of the gloves, and that just going away because of the sweat, the moisture that you get. And you can see the one on the back in the blue looks better. You can see it's more solid and looks cleaner, the lines. Where the white on the thumb looks a little bit more faded and more translucent. Like when they stamped that color on there, it didn't just bleed all the way through onto that where the blue did. So that's really my only knock on the glove. Outside of that, the gloves are really nice. Comfort, feel amazing. Slide your hand in, and no pun intended, they fit like a glove. Again, this is a more compact glove, and the thumb feels great. It's nice and long, has a good amount of room. When I make a fist, my thumb doesn't jam. You can see it does pull down on the tip just a little bit, but there's enough room in the thumb compartment where I don't feel like my thumb tip is jamming. You also have, I'd say maybe an inch of medium density foam on the back of your thumb to protect it. Finger compartment is nice and deep. Nice deep finger compartment. You do have a piece of neoprene aside from the original grip bar here. You have a secondary grip bar right there that you can grab onto. It's compact again. I don't feel like it's too narrow for a compact glove, but if you do have bigger fingers, longer fingers, it may give you a little bit of discomfort in that regard because of it being a little bit more on the compact side, but that's completely up to you. But it's by no means an overly large glove, so you don't feel like your hand scoots around on the inside. And you also have a very nice soft foam that basically wraps around your fist when it's in its position, and the glove is very well broken in. Even when you first get these gloves and you take them out of the box, they're nice and soft and broken in, so you have that full flexibility to where you can open and close your palm to catch shots. So definitely love the way they feel. Very comfortable. Wrist support, it's good for what it is. Oftentimes with fight gloves, you won't find that they're going to put a ton of wrist support in the gloves, because that's not what the intention of the glove or what they were designed for compared to like a bag or a sparring glove. So you won't find much support there in terms of wrist support. But again, this is made for a sanctioned bout, and oftentimes you'll have your hand wraps on. These will be laced up. You'll have a bunch of tape around the gloves. But you know, it's good enough for what it is, but extremely comfortable glove. Protection and performance wise, you know, for a fight glove, these to me are a little bit more on the protective side. I'd say these are more on the medium to protective end. It does have medium density foam padding, but there's no horsehair in here. You can see that I can push my finger through, but it does take a little bit of effort. It's not a super soft horsehair glove. So this would be a great fight glove for those of you guys who want to go with something lightweight, precise, want to work on the mitts, you want to do some bag work, but you want a fight glove that holds up from a padding standpoint, holds up longer than some of the other fight gloves in the market that might break down quicker because of the style of padding that's integrated into the hand compartment. So you get great pop, nice flat punch surface, good amount of feedback, but you get a little bit more protection because of that extra cushion you get from the padding with these gloves. So you can feel more confident with this particular fight glove with your power shots. Especially on heavy bags that are more densely filled. If you have a heavy bag where you train that feels a little bit more solid, it doesn't have a lot of give into it, and you've been wanting to use fight gloves, whether they're 8 or 10 ounces, but you're like, man, the fight gloves just break down so quickly because of the foam. These will definitely last a little bit longer in my opinion. Now again, they're not going to be able to compare to a bag glove or you know, injected molded foam or a glove that has different layers and densities of foam. But for a fight glove, I think it does a really nice job. Even on the heavy bag, you get a good amount of crack out of the glove and a good amount of shock absorption as well. And a good amount of pop. Good feedback with these. So again, I'd say that these are right in the middle, maybe a little bit on the protective side when it comes to a pro fight glove. Cost-wise, it's completely up to you. And Eizo, they haven't released that. I would venture to say that these are anywhere between like $150 to $200. But you also have to remember there's a variable with the customization. I do know that their Eclipse fight gloves, which I believe are sold out, are like $180. So I would venture to say that these are gonna be around that price. Disclaimer, I did not buy these gloves. So I wanted to put that out there. Again, wanted to be completely transparent with you guys. And that's why I can't comment and say this is how much this particular glove is going to cost you. But I would venture to say anywhere between probably like $150 to $200 for these gloves. You know, for a custom glove that's comfortable, full leather, good padding on it, and you can get the colorways you want. I definitely think that would be a fair price, all things considered. And you know, the customer service experience with Eizo has been great as well. Now, hopefully that stays true and consistent with everybody else and not just me. I do know sometimes people will say, well, damn, you know, they give all the good stuff to you, Carlo, and they're always quick and attentive to you, but when they come to me, it's not so much. And you guys do have an excellent point with that, and I hate that. I hate hearing when companies, you know, go out of their way for me because they know I review their products, and when you guys order it, it's not the same experience. So make sure you guys comment that. If you guys see that video and I have that and you guys are having a crappy experience, put that down below. It doesn't, you know, makes no difference to me. It actually helps you guys out, helps me out, helps out the brand, brings awareness to that. So that's one thing, but my experience with them has been good. So overall, very satisfied with this. I think the gloves look amazing. I love the theme of the gloves. If you guys have any questions or comments, you guys know what to do. I'll put the link in the description box to the Eizo website and the custom order section, and I will see you guys later. Peace.